Assalamualaikum students, my name is Sara Abbas. I am your maths teacher. Today is lecture number 6. Today's lecture is about real numbers. We will do exercise 2D and this exercise is the last exercise of first term. Let's start our lecture. So, what are real numbers? Every number you have seen up till now is a real number. Whether it is in decimals, fractions or just whole numbers like even numbers, odd numbers, zero. Every number you have seen up till now is a real number. There are two basic types of real numbers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. What are rational numbers? The numbers which can be written in the form of a ratio. It is clear from the name, rational numbers. It means these numbers can be written in the form of ratios. There are two main types of rational numbers, that is terminating decimals and recurring decimals. Terminating decimals are the ones which terminate at some point. Let's say we have 1 by 5. 1 by 5, if we check this on calculator, it gives us 0.2. So the numbers after the decimal are terminated. These decimals end at some point, so we call these terminating decimals. 1 by 5 and 0.2, these are the same because when we check 1 by 5 on calculator, it gives us 0.2. Similarly, 9 by 4 is also terminating decimal because if we check this on calculator, it gives us 2.25. So the terminating decimals are the decimals which terminate after this decimal. So what are recurring decimals? Recurring decimals are the decimals which show repetitive pattern. The numbers after the decimal are repeated. If we check 1 by 3 on the calculator, it gives us 0.333 and it goes infinitely. So 1 by 3 is a recurring decimal. Irrational numbers, the numbers which cannot be written in the form of a ratio. Irrational numbers are non-recurring and non-terminating decimals. Irrational numbers never repeat or never terminate. Like pi, you have seen this symbol on your books or calculators, we call it pi. It's called pi. Pi is a non-recurring and non-terminating decimal. Similarly, square root of 2, square root of 7. When we calculate square root of 2, it gives us 1.4142 and it goes infinity. No number is repeated and it is not terminating. So, it is an irrational number. Square root of 2, square root of 7, square root of 3. These are all irrational numbers. So, from the previous discussion, we noticed that there are three main types of decimals. Terminating decimals, recurring or repeating decimals, non-recurring and non-terminating decimals. So, what are terminating decimals? Terminating decimals are the ones which terminate after some point. Let's say we have 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is 0.2. So, it terminates 1 by 2. 2 by 5, these are all terminating decimals. You can also write 0.4. These decimals are terminating decimals. Now type 2 is recurring or repeating decimals. These decimals repeat some number after decimals. Like 1 by 3 is 0.33. And this 33 goes indefinitely. So this is recurring or repeating decimal. Another example of recurring or repeating decimal is 123 divided by 99. Type 3 is non-recurring and non-terminating decimals. These are the ones which do not repeat themselves and they do not terminate. You can see examples of all three types on page number 50. Let's start the exercise 2D. First question is to evaluate these fractions. Whenever we have to add or subtract the fractions, first step is to solve the bracket. Plus minus, minus, while adding or subtracting fractions, you have to make these denominators same. There is 4 present here. We have to make this 2 4 as well. For this, we multiply this 2 by 2. Whatever operation is done on denominator, you have to do the same with the numerator as well. If we are multiplying denominator with 2, you have to multiply numerator with 2 as well. Minus 1 multiplied by 2 is minus 2 over 4 minus 3 over 4. When the denominator is same, combine the denominator. Minus 2 minus 3. These both numbers are with the same sign, so we have to add them up. 2 plus 3 is 5. Which one of these is the bigger one? Obviously 3 is the bigger one and 3 has a negative sign with it, so answer is negative. Minus 5 by 4. It is an improper fraction. Improper fraction means bigger numerator and smaller denominator. Whenever the numerator is bigger than the denominator, we call this fraction an improper fraction, and improper fraction is always converted into mixed fraction. In rough work, you can do this procedure. 4 ones are 4. So you can write it as minus 1 whole 1 by 4. Minus 1 whole 1 by 4 is our answer. Now we have started part D of question number 1. We have mixed fractions here. So solve these first. 6 3s are 18. 18 plus 1. 19 over 6. Plus minus minus. 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 2. 14 over 3. Now next step is to make the denominator same. We have 6 here, so we can easily do 3 2s are 6. Whatever we do with the denominator, we have to do the same with the numerator. So 3 multiplied by 2 and 14 multiplied by 2. Denominators are same now. 14 into 2 is 28. 3 2s are 6. Denominators are same now. Combine the denominator. Minus 19 minus 28. Both of these have same sign with them. So we will add these. 19 plus 28 is 47. 28 is the bigger number here. 28 is with the negative sign. So 47 is also with the negative sign. You can clearly see that we have an improper fraction here. Whenever we have improper fraction, we have to convert this fraction into a mixed fraction. In rough work, divide these two numbers. 6 7s are 42, remainder is 5. How do we write it in mixed fraction? This is quotient, this is remainder and this is divisor. Writing mixed fraction is easy. Quotient plus remainder over divisor. You can remember this slide. Quotient, this is remainder and this one is divisor. Quotient plus remainder over divisor. This is how we write mixed fractions. Question number 2 is just checking your answer with calculator. So we are moving to question number 3. I am doing part B here. We have a mixed fraction. Let's solve this mixed fraction first. 5 2s are 10. 10 plus 3. 13 over 5. Multiplied by. Now we have to multiply the fractions. There is no need to make the denominator same now. That procedure was just for adding and subtracting the fractions, but now we have to multiply these fractions. So numerator into numerator and denominator into denominator. You can do the cancellation like 5 1s are 5, 5 3s are 15. 13 1s are 13, 13 2s are 26. Cancellation is always done in opposite direction, like we cancel numerator with denominator, we cannot cancel numerator with numerator. So we are left with 1 multiplied by 3 over 1 multiplied by 2, which is 3 by 2. This is an improper fraction. Convert it into a mixed fraction. 2 ones are 2. This is quotient. This one is remainder and this one is divisor. Quotient plus remainder over divisor. Quotient is 1, remainder is 1 and divisor is 2. So 1 whole 1 by 2 is our answer. Now we will do question number 3 part D. It is 1 whole 7 by 9 divided by 4 by 3. First we have to solve this mixed fraction. 9 ones are 9. 9 plus 7, 16 over 9 divided by 4 by 3. Whenever there is a division sign in between two fractions, we have to convert this division sign into multiplication by reverting the fraction. Which fraction? The one which is on the right side of that sign. So, we change this division sign into multiplication and the right side fraction is reversed. Or we have to take the reciprocal of this fraction. 4 by 3 becomes 3 by 4. Now it is just like the previous question. Combine these like numerator into numerator, denominator into denominator. Do the cancellation. 4 ones are 4, 4 fours are 16, 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9. We have left with 4 into 1 and 3 into 1. 4 ones are 4, 3 ones are 3. 4 over 3. This is an improper fraction. So let's convert this into a mixed fraction like this. So it becomes 1 whole 1 by 3. 1 whole 1 by 3 is our answer. We'll start question number 5 because question number 4 is just checking. You can check your question number 3 using calculator. That's just about question number 4. Question number 5, I am doing part D. We have mixed fractions here and we have to multiply these. Now our fractions involve negative sign within. Like the simple numbers, we multiply simple numbers, simple negative or positive numbers, and we multiply their signs too. Similarly, when we are multiplying fractions involving negative sign, we have to multiply their signs too here as well. Let's solve the mixed fraction first. 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1. 5 by 2, 5 4s are 20, 20 plus 2. 22 by 5. Now, we have a multiplication sign, so numerator into numerator, denominator into denominator. Minus 5 multiplied by 22 divided by 2 multiplied by 5. Do the cancellation. 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5, 2 ones are 2, 2 11s are 22. We are left with minus 1 multiplied by 11 and 1 multiplied by 1. Whenever we have 1 in the denominator, we skip this. So, minus 1 into 11 is minus plus minus. 11 is without a sign, so we assume that it has plus with it. Minus plus minus, 1 into 11 is 11. Next is part F. Minus 8 by 9 minus 8 by 9 divided by minus 1 whole 2 by 3. It's not 12 by 3, it's minus 1 whole 2 by 3. Let's solve the mixed fractions first. Minus 8 by 9 divided by 3 ones are 3, 3 plus 2, minus 5 by 3. Now change the division sign into the multiplication sign. For this we have to do the reciprocal of the fraction which is on the right side. Division sign changed into the multiplication and 5 by 3 becomes 3 by 5. Now multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. Minus 8 into minus 3, 9 into 5. We have used the bracket here because we cannot put two signs together. We have to separate two signs using a bracket. Do the cancellations. 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3. There is no such number that we can cancel these with. Minus 8 into minus 1, 3 into 5. Minus minus plus, we do not have to write the plus sign as it is understood. 8 ones are 8 and 3 fives are 15. This fraction is not an improper fraction. It has smaller numerator and bigger denominator, so it's a proper fraction. We do not have to convert this into a mixed fraction. Now we are doing question number 7. In question number 7, we have to multiply the decimals. How do we multiply the decimals? It's a simple procedure like we multiplied simple numbers in previous classes. In this exercise, you cannot use calculator if it is stated otherwise. Now, how do we put the decimal after multiplication? For this, you have to remember, like these numbers 14.72 and 1.2, there are two numbers after decimal in 14.72 and one number after decimal in 1.2. Add these up when we are multiplying. 2 plus 1 is 3. So after multiplication, in the answer we have to put decimal before three numbers. 14.72 multiplied by 1.2. Do the multiplication like simple numbers. 2 2s are 4, 2 7s are 14, 1 carry, 2 4s are 8, 8 plus 1 9, 2 1s are 2. Multiplication sign, 1 multiplied by 2 is 2, 1 multiplied by 7 is 7, 1 multiplied by 4 is 4 and 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Add these up, 4 is 4, 4 plus 2 6, 9 plus 7 16, 1 carry, 2 plus 4 6 plus this 1 7 and this 1. Now we have to put the decimal. Like I told you that in this question there needs to be, like in this question there need to be three numbers after the decimal, 1, 2, 3. So here comes the decimal. Let's do another part. Now we will do part B. Part B says 0.25 into 1.96. Write down both of these numbers and multiply them. 6 5s are 30, 0 and 3 carry. 6 2s are 12, 12 plus 3. 15, 5 and 1 carry. 6 multiplied by 0 is 0 and 0 plus 1 is 1. Next is 9 5s are 45. We write 5 and 4 carry. 9 2s are 18. 18 plus 4, 22. So we write down 2 and 2 carry. 9 into 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. Multiplication signs, 1 into 5 is 5, 1 into 2 is 2 and 1 into 0 is 0. 0 as it is, 5 plus 5 is 10, 0 and 1 carry, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 5 9, 2 plus 2 4 and 0 as it is. Now we have to put the decimal. You can see there are two numbers after decimal in 0.25 and two numbers after decimal in 1.96. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we need 4 numbers after decimal in our answer. Our answer was 04900. Start counting from right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. When the counting stops, put a decimal here. So we get 0.4900. After decimal, the last zeros are not important to write. So we skip these zeros and our answer is 0.49. Now we are going to start question number 8. Question number 8 is to divide the decimals. How do we divide them? Like in the multiplication, we figured out where to put the decimal after multiplication. Now we have to figure out where to put the decimal in the answer after division. In 0.81, there are two numbers after decimal and in 0.3 there is one number after decimal. When we are dividing, we have to subtract these two. 2 minus 1 is 1. So in answer we have to put decimal before one number, or after decimal there should be one number. Start dividing. We have 0.81. You can simply write 81 and 0.3 as 3. 3 2s are 6. 8 minus 6. is 2. 1 as it is. 3 sevens are 21. So our answer is 27. In answer, one number after decimal, so decimal comes here. So that's all for today. I have left a few parts for your practice. We'll do the rest of the questions in next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.